Hi, welcome to Mark's Basement Arcade. Today we're going to be turning this dirty Slingshot mech into a nice, clean, rebuilt one like this one. And this one. And this one. There's 4 on Hollywood Heat. I didn't film taking them off, which I don't understand why. I think I was in a rush. But we're going to rebuild them and then put them back on the machine. So the install is the exact opposite of taking them apart. Alright, first, since we got this apart, there are 2 E-clips or C-clips. There's one right there, and there's one right here. These are a pain. That's why I'm holding my finger over them and using a small little screwdriver to twist them out. And that's like it, and it's like all disassembled. We're going to use a little nap saw to clean these parts before we put them back together. These, I just do a quick clean on each one. We will clean one spring. We got all the other springs cleaned. Yes, it is. I feel it's necessary to clean these springs. As you can see how dirty that spring was already. We're going to clean this and then we're going to polish it. Get the link all cleaned off. It just, when you got all the stuff clean, it just works better. With all the abuse that these things get, just go through and clean it. I clean it and I put a little grease on these, and then they're good to go. And then I will polish this face. As you can see, it's just like gross looking. And if you look at this one, it's all nice and shiny. I will polish that. I got a polisher. It just got like years of tobacco and ick. It's just stained on it. We're not going to mess with it on the machine. I like to polish this part right here because this is what hits the rubber band on a Slingshot. And I feel the less wear on those rubber bands by having a clean area that's smooth, the better they will work. Alright, we got all that stuff cleaned. So even though I clean it, it's still dull compared to that. So yeah, I will polish it to get that nice shine and smoothness out of it. Alright, we got that. Now this, I will just put in here, just the green scrubby pad. We'll just go back and forth on it. Just to get that nice and smooth and clean. I also will do that with the spring. I'm just laying the spring flat and just twisting it around here. This puts a shine on the spring and gets the rest of the junk off of it. This is a little spring perch that basically goes on here, and then the spring sits on it. So this I will clean on here. Yeah, this may not need to be cleaned and polished. However, I'm in there, so why not? You know what I mean? If you don't have a polisher, you could probably just get some green scrubby and go like this. And there, it's not mirror shine, but it is nice and smooth now. And then you can put some metal polish on it and clean it. But I got a actual polisher, so I will just go over and buzz it. Alright, as we got all this clean, let me make sure I got this area right there. Alright, easy part. Well, it can be. I just did 3 of these, so it's a little easy for me. That goes on there. This will go on here. And I'll put my thumb on it. And then I'm going to very carefully squeeze it with this little pliers. And then I'm going to take my screwdriver and try to turn it. If it's snapped in there all the way, like this one wasn't, it will turn. And there. See, I can actually spin it now. So that's how I know it's in there all the way. This piece, put a little super lube on my finger. Go on the shaft a little bit. So somebody is definitely home. A little bit right here because we're having metal to metal contact like that. This clip will go on here like that. Try to make sure you can spin it like that, and then that is rebuilt. So now I'm just going to go and polish this. I'm going to run all these through my rock tumbler to just try to make them look a lot better, and then we will get there and put it in a game. Alright, we are 2 underneath the play field, and we're going to get back putting the Slingshot mech back together. However, we're going to work on straightening these bad boys out because they are twisted like you would not believe. So it's one of the first things I'm going to work on is, yeah, these always get jacked up because people adjust them from the top, which is really nothing wrong with doing that if you know what you're doing. But when you're taking these all and bending them to hell like this, because it'd be a slight pain in the butt. So now I'm like retweaking all these. There, I think that's pretty good. What do you think? I'm thinking this still bent pretty gnarly. There. I think that's pretty good now. Let's see about this one. Yeah. Take this. Yeah, these should be straight. Pretty straight. So remember, this is a leaf that's going to move. That's one that's going to hit the target. I think those are pretty good. We'll probably have to tweak them better when we get into the cabinet. Cheap Dremel, real Dremel 443-bit. That's that. Alright. I am actually going to separate these screws because I got them all mixed up. Some are for this mech and then some are for these. So I'm just going to separate them real quick. Alright, I got the screws all sorted out. Alright, so we got these. These are all nice and clean. We probably could wipe them off with some naphtha, but we will get this apart first. This screws up, put them here. And that's not working. There, put that there. It came out so nice. Garbage. Get my naphtha. Get that out of the way. Again, this is just naphtha. Usually get coated with Minwax, not Minwax, Millwax. Don't know why people use that crap. Whenever I get it, it goes in the garbage. Well, actually, I keep one bottle around. Sometimes I'll make pretend I'm going to use it, and then I throw it in the garbage can and grab real wax. I know some people still use that crap. I think it's older people that just have used it forever and swear it's great, or new people who don't know anything yet. I don't know. I used it once on one of my first games, and then when I sold it and shopped it, it was just all over the place. Horrible junk. Just horrible junk. That goes like that. That goes back like that. That goes back like that. That goes back like that. It's like, how do you wear out a nut driver? Like, this is like garbage already. Doesn't even work. It's like stripped inside. Garbage. Cheap tools. I will have to invest in a proper set. Alright. These will go down like that. But maybe we should get one of these brand new cleaned up mechs and put that underneath first. These were all the same, weren't they? We got difference. How many different ones do we got? I'm guessing 2 left, 2 right. Yeah. Yes, we got 1 of each. Alright, let's get this harness out of the way a little bit. I do need to move that, I guess. Okay. I have to move it to put these screws in. That's why it's loose. We'll just move it out of our way. It totally defeated me holding these. As you can see, there's 3 holes. We're going to put a screw in each hole. Like that. That. And that. There. Exchange bits. We'll get our switch back on in the correct spot. I'm not a big fan of how tight Gottlieb made all these wires. I mean, these harnesses are tight. They got no budge in them at all for moving. And I guess that went underneath. Yep. Yeah, it made sense. At least you learn something. That goes underneath. There. Because when it's down, the switch is open, and when we raise it, pulls it up, it closes the switch. Okay. We will switch 2 switches. Get these down through the play field. Get some screws on them. See, these are a finer pitch screw. Than the main assembly. These use bigger screws, beefier screws, which would make more sense because the power that the coil uses actuate the differential processes of the hypothesis. No, this is just using some force here, some brute force to activate that coil. And we want it to be a smooth action. We take one of these things that we cleaned up so nice, put it right on there. And we'll take one of the nice springs that we cleaned up so nice, put it on there. That will slide right over the top like that. And then we have 4 screws, the fatter ones, go on the back to hold this whole assembly really rooted down to the board. Yep. Is that a jumbo one or is it not? Yes, it is. Let's try it with this one. But I have a feeling no, that is a thin one. Okay, that made sense. It just had wood stuff on it or whatever. Now we have very smooth operating Slingshot. As you can see, that wasn't that hard. To do this, you just reverse the order of everything I did to take it apart. I'm sorry I didn't do that part, but I was busy taking apart the playfield and didn't even document removing the Slingshot assemblies. But as you can see, that leaf needs to go underneath. So when we actuate, when you hit a switch, it'll fire the coil and it brings this switch up, which in turn hits this top switch here, as you can see. And that's what gives you your points. But yeah, that's smooth like butter. Oh, and we got the last little thing we got to do. There we go. I know it's been rebuilt now. Any questions or anything? Please drop a comment down below. Give me a thumbs up. Cool stuff along the bottom here. Please like and subscribe. Take care, everybody, and later.